I'm here with David Marschke, who presented a very interesting paper this morning at our Winter Wealth Management Conference on the Gold Coast. He was talking about the recovery of tax debts, and in that context he was talking about director penalty notices. Now David, you mentioned two types, lockdown and non-lockdown. What's the difference and what's the significance of that difference?
It's a really important question because it impacts on what a director can do if they get a DPN. A non-lockdown DPN means the director can take certain actions if they get a DPN. These involve things like putting the company in administration, appointing a voluntary administrator, a liquidator, or otherwise pay the debts. However, if the DPN has been issued and it's a lockdown DPN, the director has no options but to pay the debt. The difference between the two is dependent upon whether or not the company has reported their liabilities. If they've reported within 3 months of the due date their GST or PAYG withholding liabilities, then it's a non-lockdown and they still have the opportunity to take some steps. If they've failed to report within the 3 months of the due date, it's a lockdown. They have no opportunities, no options other than to pay the debt. For superannuation guarantee, it's a little even more complicated because the reporting needs to happen within 28 days of the due date, and there's no 3-month extension to create a non-lockdown DPN. And you are stuck with a lockdown DPN and problems for the director once again to pay or have issues with the tax office.
So the big point you're making really is you've got to actually inform the tax office of what your debt is. You've got to lodge.
Absolutely. And if you fail to lodge, you have one option only: pay the debt.
David, thank you very much.